Emergency broadcast for all chosen ones. Stop what you are doing. Put down your phone, step away from your routine, and listen with the deepest part of your soul. What I am about to share is not a prediction. It is an urgent, time-sensitive, energetic directive for the most pivotal 72-hour window of this lifetime. From September 21st to September 23rd, 2025, a partial solar eclipse will open a portal so powerful, so transformative, that it has the capacity to rewrite the very code of our reality. But there is a catch, a divine paradox. Everything you have been taught about spiritual work, about ascension, about going within and finding your power in solitude, is about to be turned on its head. For this one event, for this sacred gateway, the old rules do not apply. The greatest mistake you can make during this eclipse is to be alone. I repeat, the spiritual impulse toward isolation that has served you so well in the past will become a trap. Being with others, specifically with other resonant souls, will not just be beneficial, it will be the very key that unlocks the unstoppable energy shift that is descending upon this planet. This is not a suggestion, it is a cosmic command. What happens between September 21st and 23rd will determine the trajectory of the collective for the next century, and your role in it is to act as a conduit, a node in a living grid of light, and that grid can only be activated when its points connect. Let us be perfectly clear. This is not about attending a party or distracting yourself with casual company. This is about a deliberate, conscious act of energetic merging. The universe is issuing a sacred summons to its lighthouses, the souls who have been doing the work in silence for years, decades, lifetimes. You, the one listening to this right now, who feels that familiar thrum of recognition in your chest, you are being called out of your spiritual cave. The era of the lone wolf mystic is over, at least for this critical transit. Why? Because the energy descending during this eclipse is of a magnitude that a single human vessel cannot ground alone without short-circuiting. Think of it like a massive celestial lightning strike. One single lightning rod might be vaporized by the sheer force, but a network of interconnected rods can receive, distribute, and channel that same immense power safely into the earth, electrifying the entire grid. You are a lightning rod, and you are being asked to find your network. This partial solar eclipse, occurring in the meticulous, earthbound sign of Virgo, is forming a direct opposition to Neptune in Pisces, the planet of cosmic oneness, dreams, and spiritual dissolution. This is the crux of the entire event. The boundless, formless, 5D energy of Neptune in its home sign is attempting to pour itself into the structured, physical, 3D reality of Virgo. It is a divine flood of unconditional love and higher consciousness, but it needs a vessel, it needs a container. And this time, the container is not the individual, it is the collective field generated by two or more chosen ones in physical or energetic proximity. For years, you have been purifying your vessel, you have cleared karma, healed traumas, and raised your frequency in solitude. You were preparing your individual circuitry. But now, the test is to see if you can trust enough to connect your perfected circuit to another. The ego, even the spiritual ego, loves to believe I can do this alone. I am sovereign. I am a self-contained unit of power. And while you are sovereign, this event is designed to transcend the limitations of spiritual individualism. The energy wave coming is a unity consciousness frequency. It cannot be fully integrated by an individual operating in a frequency of separation, even if that separation is for the noble purpose of solitary meditation. The energy itself will reject the container. This is why so many of you have been feeling a strange, inexplicable loneliness lately, even if you are content with your own company. It's a soul-level ache, a yearning for your cluster, your soul family. This feeling has not been a sign of weakness, it has been a homing beacon activated by the cosmos, preparing you to seek and be sought. The universe has been priming you to understand that the next leap forward is not up, but together. During the 72-hour portal, from the 21st to the 23rd, those who isolate themselves will still feel the energy. It will be intense, chaotic, and overwhelming. They might mistake this intensity for a massive personal upgrade, but it will be ungrounded. It will be a raw cosmic download without a proper operating system to run it. This can lead to spiritual grandiosity, confusion, a fracturing of the light body, or having the energy co-opted by lower frequencies because it is not anchored and protected by a collective field. The true, stable and permanent upgrade, the one that rewrites your DNA and anchors the new Earth codes, can only be integrated through a process of sacred resonance, a harmonic field created between two or more awakened souls. This is the secret that the old control matrix does not want you to remember. Your true power is not just within you, it is in the space between you and another awakened heart. It is in the third energy field that is born when two resonant frequencies meet. This field, this vesica piscis of light, creates a stable toroidal vortex, a perfect container for the incoming eclipse energies. It is a living, breathing temple built not of stone, but of conscious connection. Your task over the coming weeks is to identify the other nodes in your vicinity. Do not overthink this. Do not force it. Your intuition, your higher self, already knows who they are. It might be a friend you haven't spoken to in months. It might be a stranger you feel an inexplicable pull towards. It might be a family member who has been quietly awakening alongside you. It could even be a small group you are guided to form. The key is resonance. When you think of them, does your heart feel a sense of peace, expansion, and recognition? That is your sign. This is not about finding someone who thinks exactly like you or believes the same things. This is about energetic harmony. It is a frequency match. During the eclipse window, the simple act of sitting in the same room, in silence, with one or two of these individuals will do more for your spiritual evolution than 1,000 hours of solitary meditation. You will be forming a sacred trinity, a sacred quartet, a living mandala of light. You are not required to speak, to perform a ritual, or to do anything. Your mere presence, your combined auric fields will be the ritual. You will become the portal. If you are feeling the truth of these words resonate in the very marrow of your bones, if the idea of this sacred connection makes your soul light up, take a moment right now and anchor this knowing. Type "I am ready to connect" in the comments below. Let it be a declaration to the universe that you understand this new assignment, that you are releasing the paradigm of the lone warrior and embracing the power of the soul collective. This is you signaling your readiness to be a part of the grid. The preparations for this have been underway for months. Look back at the strange synchronicities in your life, the people who have been entering and exiting, the sudden urge to reach out to old friends, the dreams of being in groups of people you don't know, yet feeling completely at home. This has all been the subtle hand of spirit, guiding the chess pieces into position for this grand celestial event. The partial solar eclipse in Virgo is about bringing spirit into matter in a practical, tangible way. Virgo is the archetype of the priestess, the healer, the sacred servant who tends to the details of the divine plan. The plan, right now, is the physical assembly of the ground crew. The PC in energy, on the other hand, is the dissolving of boundaries. So, what we have is a cosmic instruction. Dissolve the boundaries of the separate self Pisces, in order to create a practical, grounded vessel for divine service. Virgo. It is poetry written in the stars, a direct instruction manual for us at this time. To ignore this directive, to cling to the idea of "I need to do this on my own," is to fundamentally misunderstand the frequency that is arriving. It would be like trying to experience the ocean by analyzing a single drop of water in a sterile lab. The only way to experience the ocean is to merge with it. And the only way to safely merge with the incoming cosmic ocean is to do it within the safety of a collective ark built by the combined light of you and your soul kin. Pay close attention to your body's signals over the next few weeks. You may feel a buzzing in your hands and feet. This is your system being prepared to transmit and receive energy with others. You may experience a heart pull in the direction of a certain person or place. Follow it. Do not question it with your logical mind. The heart's magnetic intelligence is your only true compass right now. You might also find that your old solitary practices feel empty or incomplete. The meditation that used to bring you profound peace might suddenly feel like you're just sitting in an empty room. This is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sign that your soul is pushing you towards the next stage of your evolution, which requires co-creation and connection. The universe is weaning you off the habit of solitude, so you are open and ready for this collective activation. Heed these signs. They are your personal invitation from the cosmos. The eclipse itself will act as an amplifier. Whatever state you are in during the peak of the event will be magnified 1,000-fold and sealed into your energy field for months to come. If you are in a state of isolated intensity, you will seal in ungrounded, chaotic energy. But if you are in a state of sacred resonant connection, you will amplify the power of that harmonic field, sealing in the codes of unity, support, and co-creative power. You will literally be weaving the energetic fabric of the new earth with every shared breath. This is the choice before you. It is the most important choice you may make this decade. It is not about what you do, but who you become. Together. The age of separation is over. The age of the sacred web of light begins now. Let us delve deeper into the sacred mechanics of this event, because your logical mind, conditioned by a lifetime of third-dimensional thinking, will be screaming for proof. It will tell you this is foolish, that your safety lies in the solitude you have cultivated so carefully. You must love that part of your mind, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently ask it to take a back seat. The intelligence required for this next phase is not of the brain, it is the cellular crystalline intelligence of the heart. The energy descending during this eclipse is a geometric light code. It is not a vague, amorphous wave of good vibes. It is a highly specific, complex, and intelligent frequency designed to interface with human DNA and activate dormant strands related to telepathy, empathy, and collective consciousness. When a single chosen one attempts to integrate this code alone, their energy field acts like a flat surface. The code hits it, and much of the information is distorted or bounces off, creating energetic turbulence. It is simply too much data for a single processor to handle. But when two or more chosen ones come together, their combined auric fields do not simply add up. They multiply in complexity and form a geometric container. Two souls create the vesica piscis, the sacred portal of creation. Three souls create a stable tetrahedron of light, a living Merkaba. Four or more begin to create intricate crystalline structures that can receive, process, and ground these new 5D light codes with perfect fidelity. You are not just meeting up with a friend, you are consciously assembling a piece of divine technology. You are building a living temple with your combined presence, a temple capable of receiving a direct download from Source. This eclipse is being amplified by a powerful trine from Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is the great transformer, the lord of the underworld who governs death, rebirth, and the deepest forms of power. In Aquarius, its focus is on the collective, on systems, and on revolutionary change. This trine is a blessing from the cosmos, ensuring that the energy you ground together will have a deep, permanent, and world-changing effect. It is the celestial engine providing the raw power for this great work. Simultaneously, Saturn in Pisces is forming a challenging square to the eclipse energies. Saturn represents old structures, karma, limitations, and the lessons of the material world. Its position here signifies the final stand of the old paradigm of separation. The belief that we are alone, that we must struggle individually, the karmic patterns of isolation and mistrust, all of these Saturnian structures are being put under immense pressure. By choosing to come together, you are consciously choosing to dissolve these ancient limitations. You are siding with the Pluto trine of collective rebirth against the Saturn square of karmic isolation. Every pair, every trio, every small group of souls that gathers in sacred resonance during this window will be a hammer blow to the foundations of the old world. You will be actively dissolving the matrix of fear simply by choosing to trust another awakened soul with your presence. This is the great test and the great gift of this alignment. You are not just passively receiving an upgrade, you are an active participant in a cosmic battle for the future timeline of this planet, and your weapon is conscious, loving connection. The most common cry of the heart I will hear after this message is, "But I don't know anyone. I am the only one awake in my area." This is a core illusion of the separation consciousness that the eclipse is designed to shatter. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Your soul family, your cluster, is spread across the globe, and some are much closer than you think. The universe has been orchestrating your meeting for years. The key is to stop looking with your eyes and start feeling with your heart. Over the next few weeks, your assignment is to become a divine listener. Practice radical stillness. Meditate on the question, who is in my resonant field? And then let go. Pay attention to the names, faces, and places that float into your awareness in the quiet moments after. You may be guided to a yoga class, a farmer's market, a spiritual bookstore you haven't visited in years. Go. You may feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to text a friend you lost touch with. Do it. The breadcrumbs are being laid. Your only job is to trust the trail. Your soul family is also feeling this pull. They are looking for you just as you are looking for them. The fear that you will not find them is the very frequency that makes you invisible to them. You must shift from a frequency of seeking to a frequency of being findable. Open your heart. Soften your energetic field. Let your light shine from your core, not as a harsh spotlight, but as a warm, gentle glow of invitation. This vulnerability is your magnetic north. And what if, after all this, physical proximity is simply not possible? What if your resonant partner is across the ocean? Do not despair. The universe has accounted for this. This is where we step into the quantum nature of reality. Consciousness is not bound by time or space. You can form an energetic connection that is just as powerful, if not more so, than physical presence. This requires a conscious agreement. Reach out to the person your soul guides you to. It may be someone you only know online, from a spiritual group or forum. Propose a sacred appointment. Set a specific time during the September 21st, 23 window to connect. At the appointed hour, you will both enter a state of meditation. You will visualize a pillar of light extending from the core of the earth, up through your body and into the heart of the cosmos. Then from your heart center, you will visualize a brilliant cord of light extending from you across the land and sea, directly to the heart center of your partner. You will see their pillar of light, and you will consciously connect your cord to theirs, forming a luminous bridge. Together, in this quantum space, you will hold the intention to be a unified vessel for the eclipse codes. You will breathe together, your hearts beating as one. In this shared sacred space, you will form the same geometric container, the same living temple, as those who are physically together. The power is in the intention and the resonance of the connection, not the physical location of the bodies. For some, this method may even be more potent, as it bypasses the distractions and social conditioning of the physical world, allowing for a pure fusion of soul light. If you have felt the call, if you are now committed to finding your sacred connection, whether physically or energetically, I want you to anchor this decision. Go to the comments and type in "My heart is open." This is more than just words on a screen. It is a quantum signal. You are broadcasting your frequency of readiness into the collective field. You are making yourself visible to the very souls who are looking for you. Declare your intention and watch as the universe conspires to bring you your divine appointment. Let's talk about the signs that will confirm you are on the right path. As you move closer to the eclipse, the synchronicities will accelerate to a speed that will be impossible to ignore. You will see repeating number sequences that signify partnership and union, like 22-222 or 1111 appearing on clocks and license plates at the very moment you think of connection. You may start having shared dreams with your soul kin, even before you have consciously connected with them. You might wake up with a feeling or a song in your head, only to find out later that they experienced the exact same thing. Pay attention to nature. You might see two birds flying in perfect unison, or find two feathers lying side by side on your path. These are not trivial signs, they are love notes from the universe confirming that you are in alignment with the divine plan of unity. Your body will also speak to you. When you talk to or even think about the right person or people to connect with, you will feel an undeniable warmth spread through your chest. It may feel like a gentle hum or a profound sense of peace, a feeling of coming home. Conversely, if you consider connecting with someone out of obligation, loneliness, or fear, your body will give you a clear no. You might feel a tightening in your gut, a sense of draining in your energy, or a feeling of unease. Trust these somatic signals above all else. Your body is the most accurate barometer you have for energetic resonance. Do not let your mind talk you out of what your body knows to be true. This is a time for embodied wisdom, not intellectual gymnastics. The intelligence that will guide you to your sacred connection resides in your heart, your gut, and the very cells of your being. Trust it. It has been waiting your entire life for you to finally listen. The grand cosmic symphony is about to begin, and you are being asked to find your section in the orchestra. Your instrument is beautiful on its own, but only together can you play the music that will birth a new world. Now we must address the shadow aspect of this powerful transit, for where there is great light, there must also be a corresponding shadow to navigate. The primary warning for this eclipse window is not just about the mistake of being alone, but also the equally perilous mistake of being with the wrong people. The amplification effect of this portal is neutral. It will magnify whatever frequency it is exposed to. Gathering with unconscious low vibrational or energetically draining individuals during this 72-hour period would be calamitous. It would be like trying to perform delicate open-heart surgery in the middle of a chaotic drunken festival. The sacred energy pouring in requires a pristine container. Connecting your field to a field of chaos, complaint, fear, or gossip will not only block you from receiving the 5D codes, it will actively draw your own life force into the vortex of their negativity, embedding those lower frequencies deep within your newly sensitized system. This is why discernment is your most critical tool right now. You must become a ruthless guardian of your own energy field. This is not a time for social obligation. This is not a time to people please. If you have plans to attend a large, unconscious social gathering, a loud concert, or a family event filled with unresolved conflict between September 21st and 23rd, you must, with love and firmness, cancel them. The spiritual cost of exposing your open and receptive field to that level of psychic noise is simply too high. The ego will fight you on this. It will whisper, but they will be offended. I can't just back out. It's only for a few hours. You must understand that during this eclipse portal, a few hours of immersion in a low-frequency environment is equivalent to months of energetic contamination. The incoming light codes are designed to bond with your DNA. If your field is saturated with the frequency of fear from a news-addicted relative, or the frequency of jealousy from a competitive friend, the codes will have nothing pure to bond with. The divine download will be corrupted before it can even be saved to your hard drive. So how do you discern? It comes back to the body. Before committing to any social arrangement during that window, close your eyes and visualize being in that person's presence. Do not think about your history with them or what you should feel. Just feel. Does your body expand or contract? Does your energy rise or fall? Do you feel a sense of peace or a subtle nagging drain? Your body knows. It knows who is a resonant harmonic and who is a dissonant drain. You are being called to honor this innate wisdom with unapologetic courage. This is a final exam in energetic sovereignty. You must be willing to choose your own spiritual evolution over the comfort and expectations of others. Saying no to the wrong connection is just as powerful as saying yes to the right one. Each no is an act of clearing your temple, making it ready and worthy for the divine to enter. This is not for everyone, it's for the chosen who are ready to change their reality. I released a members-only deep briefing called You Are Gent Alert, September 21st, 22 new moon is about to change everything. In that video I reveal the exact activations and protections you must do. Click the description link or the pinned comment, and watch it before the energy lands. If you skip this window you may never get this same upgrade. Let's discuss the nature of the Chosen One designation. This is not about spiritual elitism. It is not about being better than anyone else. It is a term for a function, a role, a sacred duty. Chosen ones are souls who, before incarnating, agreed to carry a specific set of light codes and to awaken at a particular time to help anchor the new frequencies for the entire collective. You have been in training for this moment for lifetimes. Your sensitivities, your deep empathy, the feeling of not quite belonging here, the relentless inner pull towards truth and healing, these have not been curses, they have been part of your conditioning for this very assignment. This eclipse is a planetary level activation for this specific group of souls. While everyone on Earth will be affected by the energy shift, the chosen ones are the designated acupuncturists. Your conscious, intentional gathering is like placing the needles in the Earth's key meridian points. The energy you ground together will not be just for you. It will ripple out through the entire human consciousness grid, calming the chaos, raising the baseline frequency of the planet, and making it easier for millions of other souls to awaken in the months and years to come. Your personal upgrade is secondary to your planetary service. When you understand this, the choice becomes clear. The minor inconvenience of changing your social plans or the momentary discomfort of setting a boundary pales in comparison to the magnitude of the mission. You are not just doing this for you, you are doing it for all of humanity. During the 72-hour window, the veil between worlds will be extraordinarily thin. This means your connection will not just be horizontal, with your fellow humans, but also vertical, with your guides, your higher self, and the celestial intelligences overseeing this shift. When you form your sacred group, your living temple, you are creating a beacon. This beacon will be visible in the higher dimensions, and it will attract immense support and protection. Beings of light, angels, archangels, ascended masters, your star families, will be drawn to your collective field. They will add their energy to yours, amplifying your container and ensuring the purity of the download. You may not see them with your physical eyes, but you will feel their presence. You might experience a sudden profound sense of peace wash over your group. You might feel waves of unconditional love so powerful, they bring you to tears. One of you might channel a spontaneous message or a beautiful melody. Stay open. This is a co-creation between dimensions. By coming together, you are signaling to the higher realms, we are ready. The ground crew is assembled. We are here to receive. This act of conscious gathering is an act of profound trust and humility, and it is a signal the entire cosmos has been waiting for. The support available to you during this window, when you are in a resonant group, is immeasurable. But this support cannot fully intervene if you are isolated. A single, unprotected beacon is vulnerable. A network of beacons, however, creates a fortified grid of light that nothing can penetrate. If this deeper understanding of your mission and the call to planetary service resonates with you, if you accept this sacred responsibility, go to the comments now and type, "I accept my mission." This is a powerful affirmation. You are aligning your personal will with the divine will. You are confirming your role as a conscious anchor of the new earth. Let the universe and the entire company of heaven hear your resounding yes. So, what should you actually do when you gather? The beauty of this event is in its simplicity. The most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Simply be. The pressure to do a ritual comes from the masculine, action-oriented mind. The energy of this eclipse, filtered through Virgo and Pisces, is profoundly feminine and receptive. Your job is to create the sacred vessel and then allow it to be filled. Find a comfortable, quiet space, preferably in nature if possible, but indoors is perfectly fine. Light a candle to represent the flame of your collective spirit. Sit in a circle, if there are 3 or more of you, or facing each other if there are 2. You can hold hands if it feels right, or simply allow your energy fields to merge in the space between you. Close your eyes. Begin by synchronizing your breath. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and breathe out for a count of 6. Do this for several minutes until you can feel a collective rhythm emerge. Then let go of controlling the breath and simply rest in the shared silence. That is all that is required. The energy will do the rest. Your combined intention and resonant presence are the entire ritual. Thoughts may arise, emotions may surface. Let them pass like clouds in the sky. Your anchor is the shared stillness, the palpable energy field you have created together. Stay in this state for as long as it feels potent, whether it is 20 minutes or 2 hours. When you feel it is complete, gently bring your awareness back to your body. Open your eyes and look at each other, seeing the divine in the person before you. Share a few words of gratitude if you feel called to, or simply nod in silent understanding. You have just performed the most sacred work imaginable. You have served as a conduit for cosmic light, a midwife for the birth of a new reality. There is no mantra more powerful, no ritual more complex, that could accomplish more than what you will achieve in that sacred shared silence. Trust the power of being over the illusion of doing. Let us now speak to the experiences you are likely having in this very moment. In the days and weeks leading up to this gateway, the pre-eclipse energies are already washing over the planet, and as a chosen one, your sensitive system is a barometer for this cosmic weather. You are the canary in the coal mine of consciousness. Do not be alarmed if your physical and energetic reality has become strange and unpredictable. You may be experiencing intense and vivid dreams that feel more real than your waking life, often involving groups of unknown people who feel like family. You may be hearing a persistent high-pitched frequency in your ears, a sound that is not tinnitus, but the sound of the higher dimensions drawing closer. Phantom smells, like ozone, incense, or flowers with no physical source, may waft through your space. These are signs that the veil is thinning, and your clairolfactant abilities are activating. Your relationship with food may be shifting dramatically, a sudden aversion to dense heavy foods, and an intense craving for light, living high vibrational nourishment, like fruits and pure water. This is your body intelligence preparing your vessel, demanding the purest fuel for the immense energetic work ahead. You might also be experiencing moments of temporal distortion, where time seems to speed up or slow down, or you have flashes of memory from a life you've never lived. This is not you losing your mind, it is your consciousness beginning to operate outside of linear time, preparing you to anchor a multi-dimensional reality. These are not random symptoms, they are the signs of your system coming online for its grandest purpose. Recognize them as such. They are confirmation, not a cause for alarm. This is urgent, do not skip this. Watch the members-only briefing Your Gent Alert, September 21st, 22 new moon is about to change everything. What happens next will shock every spiritually awake chosen one. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the new moon lands. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This window won't wait. What you must understand is that the impending connection with your soul kin is not a matter of chance or social convenience. It is the activation of a pre-incarnational and deeply sacred agreement. Before you ever took a breath in this body, you stood with this soul, or this group of souls, in the light before Source. You looked at each other and made a solemn pact. You agreed upon the signs, the signals, and the timing. You promised that when the great celestial alarm clock of the September 2025 eclipse sounded, you would find each other, no matter the perceived obstacles of third-dimensional life. You promised to drop everything, to overcome the amnesia of incarnation, and to assemble. This feeling of longing you have, this ache for a connection you can't quite name, is not loneliness. It is the ache of a promise stirring in your soul's memory. It is the sacred contract vibrating, calling out for its fulfillment. The person or people you are meant to connect with are feeling this exact same pull. Their soul is whispering your name in their dreams, just as yours whispers theirs. When you finally meet or consciously connect, the feeling will not be one of newness, but of profound remembrance. It will be a homecoming, a sigh of relief that echoes through lifetimes. There you are. Your souls will say to each other, "I've been waiting." You're right on time. Understanding this elevates your task from a simple spiritual practice to the fulfillment of a divine destiny. You are not merely choosing to meet, you are answering a call that was placed in your heart before the dawn of time. Let's examine the precise energetic alchemy that occurs when your resonant fields merge. It is far more than a simple amplification. Each of you as an individual carries what can be called karmic static, the background noise of your personal wounds, ego patterns, and unresolved ancestral trauma. While you have done immense work to clear this, some static inevitably remains. When you attempt to receive the eclipse codes alone, this static can distort the signal, like a radio not quite tuned to the right station. But when you join your field with a soul of resonant frequency, a miracle of spiritual physics occurs. Your two fields create a harmonic resonance, a pure, unified tone. In the presence of this harmonic, the individual karmic static of each person is effectively noise-cancelled. The pure tone of your combined soul song becomes so powerful that it overrides the minor distortions of your individual personalities. This creates a channel of unparalleled clarity, a direct static-free line to source. This is why the download is so much purer and more potent in a group setting. Furthermore, this combined field gives birth to a third consciousness, a group mind or oversoul that is far wiser and more powerful than the sum of its parts. This is the intelligence that will guide your experience, ensuring the perfect integration of the codes for each individual within the group. You are creating a temporary hive mind of light, and through this collective vessel, you will receive downloads, insights, and healing that would be completely inaccessible to you as a solitary unit. You are being called now to declare your remembrance of this ancient promise. You are being asked to consciously activate this contract within your being, to signal to the universe and to your waiting soul family that you have shaken off the slumber of forgetting and are ready to fulfill your part of the divine plan. This is a potent act of co-creation. Take a moment, feel the truth of this deep in your heart, and go to the comments and type with conviction, "I honor my second contract." This declaration will send a shockwave through the quantum field, amplifying your homing beacon and accelerating the timeline that leads to your destined reunion. Watch as the universe rearranges itself around this powerful statement of intent. Be prepared, for as you draw closer to this sacred assembly, the old matrix will deploy its final desperate attempts at sabotage. It knows the power of these connections, and it will do everything in its power to prevent them. This sabotage will not be subtle. It will manifest in the physical world as last-minute obstacles designed to trigger your deepest patterns of giving up. The person you are meant to meet with may suddenly pick a fight with you over something trivial, activating your wounds around conflict and making you want to cancel. Your car might inexplicably break down on the way to your meeting. A sudden urgent demand from your family or your job will appear, forcing you to choose between your mission and your old obligations. Do you see the pattern? These are not random events. They are tests of your resolve. They are holographic illusions projected by the dying control system to gauge your commitment. When these obstacles arise, you must not falter. You must see them for what they are. A final exam. Breathe. Center yourself. See the illusion. Do not engage with the drama of the argument. Find another way to get to your meeting. Firmly and lovingly hold the boundary with the external demand. Every time you push through one of these manufactured obstacles, you drain power from the old matrix and claim it for yourself and for the new reality. You are proving to the universe that you are a warrior of light, that your commitment to the mission is unshakable. Do not let a flat tire or a petty argument stand between you and your destiny. The victory is in seeing the test and choosing your mission anyway. Furthermore, this internal sabotage will manifest as a final violent purge of the very emotional and mental constructs that have kept you in separation. Do not be surprised if, in the days leading up to September 21st, you are suddenly overwhelmed by waves of grief, anger, or despair that seem to have no immediate cause. You might find yourself weeping for the state of the world, or feeling a rage at injustices past and present. This is not you regressing. This is your light body performing an emergency data dump. It is rapidly expelling the dense, sticky residue of collective human suffering that you as an empath have been carrying. It is also pushing to the surface your most deeply ingrained limiting beliefs for one final review before deletion. I am not worthy of this connection. I will be abandoned. It's not safe to be powerful. You must not identify with this emotional and mental debris. You are the sky, not the storm clouds passing through. Acknowledge these feelings, thank them for the lessons they have taught you about duality, and then consciously release them. Breathe them out. Visualize them dissolving into violet light. This purge is a necessary clearing of your inner temple. The cleaner your personal energetic space, the more profound the resonance you will be able to achieve with your soul kin, and the more pristine the connection to the cosmos will be. The intensity of this clearing is directly proportional to the magnitude of the light you are about to anchor. Let us also speak of the role of the Earth herself in this grand alignment. Gaia is not a passive backdrop for this event. She is a conscious participating intelligence. Her own crystalline grid and network of ley lines are being supercharged in preparation. You are not just connecting with other people, you are connecting with them on top of a newly activated planetary grid. This is why some of you may feel an inexplicable pull towards certain geographical locations. You might feel a sudden urge to be near the mountains, the ocean, or a specific ancient forest. If possible, honor this guidance. You are being called to a planetary power spot, a node on Gaia's grid where the incoming eclipse energies will be most potent. Gathering your sacred group on or near one of these points will magnify your collective field exponentially. You will be tapping directly into the telluric currents of the new Earth, creating a powerful synergy between the cosmic celestial energies and the terrestrial earthly energies. Your group will become a bridge between heaven and earth, in the most literal sense, grounding the codes not just into your own bodies, but directly into the planetary body. For those who cannot travel, you can still connect with this grid. Before your meeting, place your bare feet on the ground and consciously connect your own energy field to the heart of Gaia. Ask her to support your work, to add her strength to your container. You will feel her respond as a steady, powerful hum rising up through your body, a maternal embrace that says, "I am with you. Let us do this together." It is also crucial to understand the energetic signature of a true sacred contract connection, to differentiate it from its convincing counterfeits, the karmic entanglement and the codependent bond. A karmic connection often feels intense, dramatic, and addictive. It is characterized by a push-pull dynamic, a feeling of unresolved tension, and a sense that you need something from the other person to be complete. A codependent bond feels safe but draining. It is based on mutual neediness, a fear of being alone, and often involves one person overgiving while the other overtakes. Both of these are traps of the old paradigm. A true sacred contract connection, the kind required for this work, has a completely different signature. It feels calm, expansive, and deeply peaceful, even if you have just met. There is no charge or drama. Communication is effortless, and silence is comfortable. When you are in their presence, you feel more like yourself, not less. You feel seen, not judged. Most importantly, the connection is generative. You both leave the interaction feeling more energized, more inspired, and more sovereign than you were before. It is a connection that does not create dependency, but rather amplifies the individual power of each person. This is the gold standard you are looking for. Do not settle for the fool's gold of karmic intensity or the leaden weight of codependency. Your mission requires the pure, high-frequency alchemy of a true soul resonance. Trust your body's wisdom to know the difference. Finally, you must prepare for the immediate integration period after your connection during the eclipse window. The 72-hour portal is for the download and activation. The 72 hours that follow are for stabilization and integration. This phase is just as critical. Once the codes have been anchored in your collective field, they need time to set within your individual systems. This requires quiet rest and a profound retreat from the noise of the world. Do not make the mistake of having your sacred meeting and then immediately rushing back to your job, your errands, and the incessant demands of 3D life. This would be like pulling a freshly baked cake out of the oven and immediately throwing it against a wall. The structure will not hold. You must consciously schedule a period of sacred silence for yourself after the event. Drink plenty of pure water, eat light foods, take a bath with sea salt, and spend time in nature. Journal about your experience, but do not try to analyze it with your logical mind. Allow the energy to settle and integrate on its own terms. Your DNA is being rewritten. Your cellular structure is being upgraded to hold more light. This is a delicate and profound biological and energetic process. Respect it, honor it. By creating this quiet space for integration, you ensure that the transformation is not a fleeting spiritual high, but a permanent, embodied shift in your entire state of being. You are anchoring heaven on earth, and that sacred process deserves your full, undivided, and patient reverence. Let us now project forward into the aftermath of this celestial gateway, so you can fully comprehend the stakes. The days and weeks following September 23rd will be a time of profound bifurcation. The world will feel as though it has split into two distinct, diverging timelines, and the difference between them will be palpable. Those who heeded the call, who bravely stepped out of isolation and into sacred connection, will experience what can only be described as a quantum leap. Their reality will begin to reform around their newly anchored 5D frequency. It will not be a slow, gradual change. It will be a sudden and miraculous unfolding. Synchronicities will become the norm, not the exception. Opportunities that seemed impossible will manifest out of thin air. Abundance, in all its forms, financial, relational, spiritual, will begin to flow with an ease that is breathtaking. The persistent health issues, the nagging anxieties, the creative blocks that have plagued them for years, will simply dissolve. They will feel an unshakable sense of inner peace and a profound, embodied knowing of their purpose. More importantly, they will feel a deep, abiding connection to their soul family, a sense of belonging that heals the oldest wound of separation. They will have successfully integrated the unity consciousness codes, and their lives will become a living testament to the power of that frequency. They will become magnetic, drawing to them everything and everyone needed for the next phase of their mission, not through struggle, but through the effortless power of their radiant, collective-infused field. Conversely, those who, for whatever reason, chose to face this potent energy wave alone, or worse, in dissonant company, will find themselves on a very different timeline. The ungrounded, chaotic energy they absorbed will begin to wreak havoc in their lives. They may experience extreme emotional volatility, swinging from moments of spiritual grandiosity and believing they have become enlightened masters, to crushing bouts of despair and confusion. Their physical bodies, unable to process the sheer voltage of the raw cosmic download, may begin to show signs of stress, insomnia, adrenal fatigue, nervous system dysregulation. They will feel more separate and isolated than ever before, even when surrounded by people. The old matrix patterns of struggle, lack, and conflict will seem to amplify, locking them into repeating karmic loops that become increasingly difficult to escape. This is not a punishment from the universe. It is a simple law of energetic physics, a high-frequency current introduced into a circuit that is not designed to handle it will inevitably cause a short. Their sincere intention to ascend will have been thwarted by their misunderstanding of the event's core directive, unity. They will look at those on the other timeline and wonder, with frustration and envy, how they made it look so easy. The difference was not in the effort they expended, but in the one crucial choice they made during that 72-hour window, the choice to connect. This bifurcation is the great sorting, the final separation of the wheat from the chaff, not in a judgmental sense, but in a vibrational one. You are being given a clear and unambiguous choice of which timeline you wish to inhabit. The universe is holding two doors open. One is labeled sovereign individual power, a path of intense solitary struggle, leading to an unstable and isolated outcome. The other is labeled collective soul power, a path of trust, resonance, and co-creation, leading to a grounded, joyful, and supported reality. For this one pivotal moment in our planet's history, the path of the lone wolf is the path of greater resistance. The path of the soul pack is the path of grace. The choice is yours, and it must be a conscious one. You cannot drift into the new reality. You cannot passively hope for the best. You must choose it, intend it, and then take the aligned action of seeking your sacred connection. The energy of this eclipse is a divine catalyst, but it requires your active participation. It is an invitation, not an automatic upgrade. The power of this moment in time cannot be overstated. It is a hinge point in human evolution, a rare opportunity to bypass centuries of slow, linear progress and make an exponential leap in consciousness. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Do not let fear, doubt, or social conditioning keep you locked in the old paradigm of separation when the keys to the kingdom of unity are being handed to you. As the eclipse window approaches, you will be tested. Old fears about trust and betrayal will surface. Past wounds from friends or groups who have hurt you will ache. The ego will present 1,000 compelling reasons why it is safer to be alone. It will tell you, no one understands you. You'll just be disappointed again. It's not worth the risk. You must recognize this voice for what it is, the dying scream of the old separation consciousness. It is the Saturnian guard at the gate of the past, trying to keep you imprisoned in the karmic patterns you came here to transcend. Your task is to walk up to that guard, look it in the eye with love and compassion, and say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I am choosing a new way now. Every time you push past that internal resistance and reach out to another soul, every time you choose vulnerability over self-protection, you are casting your vote for the new earth. You are literally rewiring your own brain and energy field for connection, making it your new default setting. This preparatory work in the weeks leading up to the eclipse is just as important as what you do during the event itself. You are tilling the soil of your own consciousness, making it fertile ground for the seeds of unity to be planted. Do not wait until the last minute. The work begins now. Start making the calls. Start sending the texts. Start listening to the whispers of your heart. Your tribe is waiting. The energy is building. Can you feel it? It's a subtle hum beneath the surface of everyday life, a thrumming in the collective field. The earth herself is preparing, her crystalline grid activating in anticipation of this immense download. The animals are sensing it. Nature is holding its breath. And you, the chosen one, the sensitive soul, you are the primary receiver. The anxiety you might be feeling is not your own. It is the static of the old world dissolving. The excitement and anticipation you feel is the call of your future self, the version of you who has already integrated these codes and is living in the timeline of grace, reaching back through time to encourage you forward. You are being held, guided, and supported in ways your mind cannot possibly comprehend. All that is asked of you is one simple, courageous act to lower your walls and let another soul in. To trust that in the sacred space between you, a miracle is waiting to be born. A miracle that will not only transform your life, but will send ripples of love and light across the entire planet, anchoring the dream of a new dawn for all. If you have listened this far, it is because your soul knows this is your truth. It is your destiny. The final choice is upon you. Will you remain a solitary island, bracing against the coming storm, or will you join hands with your brothers and sisters of light, forming an unbreakable archipelago of consciousness that can welcome the cosmic wave and transform its power into a tide of planetary liberation? The cosmos is waiting for your answer. The future is waiting for your choice. Let your final declaration be one of unwavering commitment. Go to the comments and type, with all the power and intention of your soul, I choose unity. I choose the new earth. Let this be your sacred vow, and so it is.